Austrian Grand Prix, it is. Yeah, Austrian Grand Prix, Red Bull Ring. One of the quickest tracks, and the track that has the least amount of corners in the F1 calendar, just 10. Quick rundown, 36 laps, probably short quality because attendance is poor once again, like always, like it has been this season. Besides maybe at the very beginning of the season, I don't know. So circuit length 4.318 kilometers, race distance about 150 kilometers as always because we're doing half. Lap record is 1 minute 5.619 set by Carlos Sainz in 2020 in the McLaren. Yeah, like I said, 10 corners, 3 DRS zones, 3 DRS detection zones obviously. Best overtaking places are turn 1, turn 3, turn 4. Turn 6 is as well a decent place to have a go, but it's only if you get a good run, if you get a good exit of turn 4 on the guy ahead, and then if you're going side by side already into turn 6, then it's a good overtaking place, but not sending it because turn 6 isn't a really hard braking zone. Yeah, 3 DRS zones, but the best overtaking place is turn 3. Then will be turn 4, and then will be turn 1. Turn 1 is I wouldn't really suggest overtaking there because there's still 2 DRS zones upcoming. So, well, if you're overtaking, if you're like Jamie overtaking on Mass Mad, then I would suggest overtaking turn 1 if you have a good run already and you're very close behind him. But yeah, but other than that, I would save the overtake for turn 3 or turn 4 if you like turn 4, if you get a good exit of turn 3. Yeah, that is the track. Nothing really special. I mean, it's pretty quick track. I mean, the lap times are gonna be like equally like 1 minute 4s for the top drivers, maybe even 1 minute 3s. Depends a bit, but it depends a bit if on the pace, but I think it should be like 1 minute 4s. It should be like at around 1 minute 4s. I don't think there will be 1 minute 3s, and if there will be, then it's gonna be from probably like one driver. Just checking RaceNet with the times. I'm just gonna say my time and then base over that. So my time in TT is 1 minute 4.446. So let's base that around. Oh, even 1 minute 3 is like a very good time. I mean, Volcano has 1 minute 3.7. Nighthawk has 1 minute 3.7. And the quickest time in TT on PlayStation is 1 minute 3.627. And by the way, Volcano is 11th and Nighthawk is 15th in the world. Right, 3,000, but nobody cares about that. But yeah, so I would expect. Sorry, I came in. I would expect from drivers to like 1 minute 4s in quali from like top teams, like Ferrari, Red Bull, maybe Merc. I mean, from Splandi, yes, because he's quick. From Yusuf, it will depend a bit. It will depend. You know what? Isn't Yusuf in the... Lol. But there's so many people that can't participate. Nice Talk, Monkey, Dave. Well, Zara isn't even racing here. I don't even think she even races anywhere. Milo, Hack, Hakimi, and then Liam, but he is a Mercedes CP, so it doesn't even matter there. So it should be Josh, Secret, Jamie, Splendy, Yusuf, Rex, Cosfan, Almas Madden, Veloxy, Axel, and Chucks, who has returned. Apparently there should be as well Velocity. Did I say Velocity? No, I didn't say Velocity. So Velocity as well should be here. So if I'm math correct, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There should be 12. There should be 12 drivers. What? Zara is gonna drive in. Oh. Damn. Zara is actually gonna drive an Alfa Romeo this race. I don't know how Jamie convinced her, but oh well, oh well, oh well. Is there really anyone in this thing? Probably not. No one is listening, so I mean, I just I could just say some random things. Yeah. With the standings, have they even been changed? Alright, so Jamie's still... I mean, even if I isn't even doing anything at the moment. I haven't had any sort of statements. You didn't even have any statements lately. Like, it's been dead. We don't have any drive todays. We don't have any race results things. The last time that we have, the last race result thing is that we have is from Spain, which was 2 weeks ago. And just has been dead. I mean, Jamie's just managing this whole server. I mean, any other admin isn't doing anything really. Liam is an admin, but he doesn't do anything here. There is always Leclerc, but he doesn't. But he stopped doing anything in the league as well a while ago. Rex isn't doing anything. I haven't even seen him anything doing. Yeah, Leclerc is the founder and admin, but he hasn't done anything really lately. Like, goddamn. Just has been a bit dead in this league at the moment. Yeah, with the standings, I'm guessing that... Well, Merck has stayed in the lead since Splendy won Monaco. Splendy has got up to Josh and Jamie. Jamie was finishing... I don't even remember in what positions did everyone finish besides Splendy. And Monkey in P2 as well. That's the only thing that I can... then Josh was in third. I can't really remember anything, really. Yeah. But with this, Blandy has got up to Panda, which who has stopped racing in this league, driving in another league, a Norwegian league. 3 people joining. So if my maths are correct, and if I remember the standings correctly, then Josh has stayed in the lead, extending the gap from Jamie and Panda, obviously, but I don't count him anymore. Splanny has caught up to Josh and Jamie a little bit. Sirius had a nightmare last race. Monkey gained some few points. He should be about like up there, like eighth, something like that. With the constructors, Mercedes should have extended the lead, and Red Bull extend their gap to Ferrari. So basically, top 3 teams have extended they're now more spread out. Yeah, the rest I have no idea. Yeah, I'm gonna close the laptop because I don't have anything to do in that. I have no businesses in there, so like nothing really to do in there. Honestly, I could have just raced if I really wanted to. I mean, if Jamie needs numbers for racing, then I could just race, but probably he doesn't want because there's always nice to be a commentator, which I'm willing always to do every week. I don't know how I've been managing like almost every week commentating this league. This is just barely staying up. This is barely staying up. Drivers are meant to ready up, so yeah, good. We go into quali, which is short, obviously. There goes to Austria. There goes Austria. I think there's gonna be the same with Monaco. There's nothing gonna be happening. I don't know. But yeah, short quali, so let's see who. I'm more excited about the battle for the last place. Who is going to be last? Is it going to be Almas Mad or Zara? I mean, Veloxy joined in. I mean, there are fast drivers. I mean, Noise is fast. Jamie is fast and consistent. I mean, not the fastest, but he's very, very consistent. Very consistent. He almost makes no mistakes. And there is Rain, like it was supposed to be. I think it should have. Yeah, by the end of the quali, it should have. It's gonna be going down from full wet to inters. But yeah, like what I said, Noise is quick, Splandy is quick and consistent. Josh is as well the same. A little bit slower than Splandy, but still good. Choose a McLaren. That is obviously that's a McLaren, but that is Chuck Spams. Finally coming back to the league. I have to change the controller because once again I have the broken one. Almost every single week I have the same broken controller, which the R2 button doesn't work properly. Oh, there's as well a Alpine from Rex coming out of the pits. Yeah, Jamie's not the quickest, but he's very, very consistent. Rex quick, but in an Alpine, Jack Spams I don't remember because Last time that I've seen him race was last season in Miami, I think. Like a season ago. So I don't remember. On Matt, slow and in the Williams. Axel, I would say slower than Jamie, but Axel is still consistent. He's still good. Yusuf, good. Can be a bit dangerous sometimes. I'm taking that from Fran, who sometimes says that he's dangerous, but I don't know. Chuckspam starts his first flying lap, fueled up for a few laps. That's what I would recommend to fuel up, to fill your tank, to do like 3 laps to get into the feeling, into the conditions, even though it's gonna a little bit dry up. First sector 18.275. So it's I have no reference. That's almost Matt spun on the X of turn 4. Right, so now Rex is on a flying lap as well. His first sector, it's gonna be a 18.140, so faster than Chuck Spam's. There's as well Axel on a flying lap. He's gonna do a 17.885, so Axel is quicker than both of them. Chuck Spam's second sector is 52.695. Struggling for traction, as you're gonna be always struggling here. You're gonna be always struggling for traction in these conditions. Let's check quickly at Rex's second sector. It's gonna be a 52.476. Chuck Spams is gonna cross line, and here goes P1, 116.977. Still no reference point, but it should be decent. It should be decent. Rex coming through turn 9 and turn 10. You should be very careful with your throttle input. And Rex crosses line, and he goes P1, 116.494, half a second quicker than Chuck Spams. Axel is gonna cross the line with an invalidated lap time. So Rex at the moment stays in P1. There's at the moment only one Red Bull, since Secret was supposed to be joining, but he didn't. So wait, who's on a lap? Copson, I think, is on a flying lap, but he's there. Is using ERS? Yeah, he's using ERS. On my spot is as well on a flying lap, 54.029. So not really good second sector, as that is like 1.5 seconds slower than Chuck Spams, but we have to admit that he's in a Williams, as he spins on the X of turn 9 and hits the wall and damages his whole front wing. So he's gonna just go straight into the pits, as he is basically. Very nicely. Rex improved on his time. Chuckstums as well improved on his time, 3/10. Rex is improving through the time and even further improves by half a second, but Splandy goes in P1, 115.434. Yusuf is gonna start his flying lap. Axel is gonna cross the line, and he goes P2, 115.529. Drivers improving their lap times as they go by. Splandy improving his time through the first sector by 18 thousandths. George goes P6, only P6, 116.830, as there are yellow flags for Chuck Spams, who was improving through the first sector by 1.5 tenths, but spun on the X of turn 6. Who's the next? That's Rex, but he's in on a flying lap, I don't think, since he was down on his time and even further down on his time. So no, he's not on a flying lap. Now there's Splandy cutting some grass here. I straight took that from the quote from Bottas in 2020. Rex into the pits. Cost fans big problems as he was finishing his lap, and he goes into the pits. Or maybe he was trying to go into the pace, but I don't know. Yusuf crosses line, he goes P2, 115.493. And then there's Noise crossing line, he invalidated his time. Axel crossing the line, and he's starting his second flying lap. There's Splendid crossing line, but he starts his flying lap as well. Noise already out on the exit of turn 1. Lost the car, and he's out of quali already. Josh didn't improve on his time. I guess he was doing the same as Axel and Splandy. I didn't see their first sectors, but I will check Josh's first sector. Is it gonna be a improvement? It's not. 200 down, but it's not much, as Axel already backs out of his time of his lap. Splandy, meanwhile, I think he's still on a flying lap. Is there any ERS usage? I don't really see any. No, there was no ERS usage, and he's down on his time, so no, there's no ERS usage. On Masmad, starting his flying lap. Jamie out on track, finally. That is Yusuf spun the exit of the final corner, and he did invalidate his time as well. Splendid Kusanani starting his final flying lap. Axel is, or not really final, but flying lap. Axel, I think the same. Although his fuel, yeah, he has enough fuel. George goes P4, 115.804. Rex on a out lap. Josh, first corner wasn't ideal. I saw that he went over the sausage curb. And first sector down as well. Even more down than his first run. Yusuf invalidated, and he gave Splandy slipstream on that back straight. Splandy's second sector, is he improving? Second sector is struggling for grip, and he is down in time by a 10th. Axel, meanwhile, he's improving on his time. A purple second sector. He's 1.5 tenths up. Josh having further troubles. Chucks, he's starting his flying lap. So that's Splandy in, Yusuf in, Axel exiting the final corner, and is he gonna go approach the pole position? Yes, he does. By that's like 3 tenths. No, that's 2.5 tenths faster than Splandy. And Jamie goes P5, 115.903, but Axel goes 115.194, improving through the third sector by 2 tenths, I think. He improved his time by 3 tenths and more than 3 tenths, and he is now yeah, about 2.5 tenths faster than Splandy. Jamie, I don't think he's on a flying lap. Could be. I mean, he is using ERS. Axel trying to give him ERS. Yeah. Oh yeah. Giving ERS. Ever seen that before? Giving slipstream to Jamie, but well, he has the ERS usage, and he does improve on his time at 10th. So with that, he's going to be ahead of Josh. Chucks has improved enough to beat his teammate Kopsfan, 116.439. Jamie is going to cross the line, not the ideal line, on the exit of turn 9 and going to turn 10. Exiting turn 10 and Chronicles line, and he goes P4. He improved on his time further down, and he goes P4, 115.681. Rex has started his flying lap as well. The track should be drying up a little bit. Should be soon for the inters, as the weather forecast was suggesting. Rex improved on it through the first sector by 1.5 tenths. Yeah, the track is drying up. The track is drying up. So So yeah, Secret has joined in finally. There's Chucks who spun on the exit of turn 6. Zara has retired. I don't know why has she retired. I mean, she should have just tried. Rex is improving through the second sector by 3.5 tenths, so the track is definitely drying up. The track is definitely drying up. I mean, you just don't gain that time from out of nowhere. I mean, yes, obviously, when you're getting familiar with the track, there's on mass mad spun and damage his front wing, and Rex goes P2 115.292, just a tenth slower than Axel. But yeah, you just don't gain that time out of nowhere. Obviously, you get more comfortable in these conditions, but the track is still drying up, so you cannot deny that. I mean, the track isn't that wet, like, and it isn't raining as much as it did at the beginning. I mean, look at pit lane. I mean, you can even reverse the stream and look when it was at the beginning of quali and until now. It's way different. It is way there is way less wet. Way less wet. Yeah. And Yusuf is improving through the fourth sector by 3 tenths on the inters. I should now do this because the drives are now on the inters. So yeah, it is for the inters. Yeah. Kosman is improving through the second sector by like 7.5 tenths. Velocity starting his flying lap. Kosman should be close to Axel's pole position time at the moment, but he's gonna be beaten by Axel himself and everyone. Kostan into provisional pole position 115.150, but it should be beaten by Yusuf, who is improving on his time by 1.4 seconds through the second sector, through the third one. Turn 10 now, and exiting turn 10. No doors open, and he comes down, and he goes P1 113.364. The track will be drying up. It will be drying up. It is still raining, but it will be drying up. So yeah. Next to cross the line, it is Chucks, who is starting his flying lap. Velocity, well, he hasn't started this. This is first flying lap on the inters, so he has less sort of experience in the wet at the moment, or he's less familiar with this, let's say. Velocity crosses the line and he goes P2 113.802. There should be a bunch of cars crossing the line. Kostan improves. Axel goes personal pole position 112.370. So yeah, Axel by a second faster than Yusuf, and Velocity very close to Yusuf, and Kostan has improved in time by a second. So the track, like I'm saying, it is drying up. It is drying up. It is still for the inters, and it is raining, but it is raining less. There is Yusuf crossing line, and he starts his second flying lap. Then there is Sigurd, who is starting his flying lap. Almost, but still yet to do a flying lap, or some sort of a lap. Chucks is improving on his time by 2 seconds through the second sector, and across the line he goes P3 138.403. Rex, I think he improved this time 15.292. No, that is the same that is in the wet. Yeah, that's still the same time. As he, I thought that he lost it. I thought that he lost it. Axel starting his flying lap. Jamie crossing line, he goes P4 113.707. On my spot starting his flying lap as was Axel. Yusuf improving his time by 6.5 tenths through the second sector. And third sector still is going on. He needs to improve a lot through the third sector actually. And exiting turn 10. Ooh, there's a bit of a slide on the exit, and he stays in P2 112.524. Secret is finishing his lap, and he goes P2 112.523, 1,000 faster than Yusuf, just 1,000 ahead of the Mercedes. Rex is gonna cross the line through the second sector 1.4 seconds faster, and he goes P4 112.890. Jackson has invalidated his time, but he's starting another one. Jamie improving through the second sector by 6.5 tenths. This is gonna be probably his final lap, since he has no ERS left and there's no time left. So these are probably going to be the last times. Jamie crosses the line, and he goes and he stays in P5 113.021. Who's that? That is on mass match. He's going to cross the line, finishing his lap. That's good, and he's going to go P9 115.258. Axel is going to cross the line, and he's starting his final flying lap now. There's Yusuf, no, that's Blandy crossing line, and he starts his final flying lap. There is then Secret. Is he improving his time? He is improving his time, and he goes personal pole position 112.286. He lost some time through the third sector, but he's now on personal pole position by less than a tenth out of Axel. This is going to be so exciting till the end, because we don't know who is going to be on pole. Rex stays in fourth, 112.710. Velocity stays in seventh, and Jox stays in sixth. Cosman stays in eighth. There's a Ferrari cut coming up. That's Jamie, who had no ERS left, and crosses the line, and he does improve, but he doesn't improve in his position wise. He stays in fifth. Alright, then on Masmad improves in time by 3 tenths through the second sector and exiting turn 10. He stays in ninth, 114.812, but behind Axel improves by a tenth, and he goes ahead of a Secret, so he's now on personal pole position. Splandy third, 112.393. Yusuf improving his time. That is a Red Bull going in. That's Secret going in. Yusuf is going to get pole position. He does 112.131, but there's still wreck. Not that there was as well Josh who goes 8th, 113.799, and Rex goes into the pits. So it is Yusuf on pole position here in Austria, a 112.131 from the British driver, I guess, or British driver, but from Pakistan, I guess. I don't know, but it's a bit complicated with people like me or Yusuf who are originally from a different country but live in another country. But yeah, Yusuf on pole position. Axel joins him on the front row. Secret third, Splandy fourth, Rex fifth, Jamie a bit disappointing in sixth, Joxfam seventh, a great return to the league. Josh disappointing eighth as well, championship leader in just only eighth position. Velocity 9th, Costan 10th, Ormas Match finally not lost, and Zara not lost, since Noise is lost in P13. Zara as well not setting a time, but whatever. We don't look at that. And this is qualifying done. So now we go into yeah, that's qualifying done. So now we go into the race. And it should be full dry, so those who are fast in the rain, then they get destroyed in the dry, since, well, some people are just slower in the dry than some. What the hell? Let's have to read this thing quickly. Yeah, we're going into the formation lab. Going into the formation lab. Yeah, formation lab. And what the tires are. Yeah, that's what I pretty much expected. Most of the tires on the mediums, but besides Jamie and almost Matt on the hards. That's what I expected. Like most of the drivers going on mediums, besides few going on the hards. Let me just read this one thing that I got. And that's doesn't really matter. Alright. Yep, nothing really interesting. That was sent to me. Oh, my controller almost fell. Cosman and almost Matt, they decided to basically knock themselves out. Yeah, so now they will have cold tires, which is not ideal on mediums, and especially hard, since obviously the hards are being hard as well. It's hard to get the heat into them, and thus yeah, Jamie has a temp in them. Axel, I guess, secret as well. Splandy, stop. Good. Yeah, he had Rex as well, somewhat. Jamie as well. Oh, Chuck's not looking great. Not looking great with the tire warming. Only about in the mid 70s. Josh neither. Velocity, yeah, decent. Oh, actually good. Actually very good. Although he has fronts are gonna be you're gonna understeer so much. The rest I can't see. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and lights out, and away we go here in Austria. Axel gets a brilliant start off the line, and he is going to be first into turn 1. Yusuf drops down to P2. Secret stays in third as they're going behind them 3 wide into turn 3. Velocity, Jamie and Rex, and Velocity sends it on Splandy. What the hell am I looking at? Velocity up into P4, and Splandy dropping down even more as Rex overtook him into turn 3 as well on the exit. Yusuf trying to get that P1 back, but on the inside not having the greatest exits, and he stays in P2. Meanwhile, here again with these 3, Velocity, Splandy and Rex. Splandy got that P5 back. There's Jamie and Chuck spun on the exit of turn 5. I thought there was some contact between Jamie and Rex on the exit. That could have caused that Jamie spun, and as well Chuck's got included in there. So now Jamie, the championship rival, is now down in 12th. Josh isn't looking great as well, since he's down in 7th. And Splandy even down in 5th, as Yusuf has overtaken Axel on the straight on the exit of turn 1, going to turn 2. And he's our new race leader, as he gets a little bit of a hit from Axel at the back. That lost some time, as up behind them, Splandy has overtaken Velocity into turn 3, but Velocity is trying to regain that place. Meanwhile, Josh has overtaken Rex into turn 3 as well. Velocity on the outside of Splandy, trying to hang on there. On the exit, Velocity getting a better exit. On the exit and into turn 6, a bit of contact. Splandy trying to get that P4 back, but Velocity nicely defending and attacking at the same time, and he regains his P4 on Massman, overtakes the AI from Noise. And Splendid is very close behind Veloxry. Splendid had to use so much DRS. Yusuf got the fastest lap 1 minute 8.025. Did I get that right? 5.25. As Veloxry, no, sorry, Splendid got a way better exit than Veloxry on the exit of turn 1, and he already overtakes him into turn 2, and into turn 3. Splendid is ahead. He will have no DRS. He will have no DRS. Josh trying to overtake Veloxry, the sister team, but into turn 4, trying to send it into turn 4, and Veloxry, he's still there. No, he's not anymore there. He lets him go through. So Josh is up to P4. So now the sort of rivalry between Splendid and, well, more like Mercedes and Red Bull is back. Jamie has overtaken the AR from Noise, and probably, yeah, that's what I expected. Zara letting through Jamie through easily. I mean, that's what probably everyone who knows Jamie and Zara somewhat know them through Discord or whatever, knows that they're together, and obviously Zara is gonna let him through. But anyways, off of their private life, because obviously Jamie and Zara wouldn't really want that to everybody here, because it doesn't even, I mean, it doesn't really need to be included in here, but I already included this here, so oh well, it is already here. There has some DRS restraints formed up, but Jamie has already taken on Masmad into around the side of turn 6. Very nice overtake from the Ferrari, and now Jamie is the lead hard runner. But I mean, he's technically, you could sort of technically say that he's the only hard runner, like at the top. Axel, a new fastest lap. That was a 1 minute 8.127, a 10th faster than Yusuf. Chuckstones has overtaken Noise. That's the AI, so nobody cares about that. But now the DRS race has formed up. Josh getting a bit close to Splendid. Meanwhile, behind them, Rex has been forced off the track by Veloxry in turn 3, and he's lost a place now to Cosvan. Yusuf, meanwhile, getting a 3-second time penalty already. Splendid losing a position to Josh, and Onmasmat has spun on the X of turn 3. So Yusuf fast, as it looks right now. Yusuf fast, but with the penalties, not the greatest driver. Well, here in Austria, it is very easy to get those penalties in. At the moment, top 3, Yusuf, Axel, Secret, Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull. It looks like that they're going to be fighting on their own, since, well, Josh and Splendid, they can't really gain on them up front. They can't really do anything. They're going to fight between themselves, which they are championship rivals. So obviously Josh doesn't really want Splendid to overtake him and get even more points on him. At the back, Veloxry holding up Cosvan and Rex a little bit. Rex has caught up to these two, as lap before in turn 3 he got pushed wide by Veloxry, and because he went awkwardly into that sausage curb, he almost lost the car. Axel as well getting a 3-second time penalty. And Secret, does he have the DRS? No, he doesn't have the... No, he doesn't. He doesn't have the DRS. So he's gonna lose some time to these two up ahead. So if Yusuf and Axel, they're gonna gain enough time. By the way, Cosvan has overtaken Veloxry into turn 1. If Yusuf and Axel pull away from Secret enough, then it's gonna be more now between the fight with Yusuf and Axel. By the way, Veloxy has re-overtaken Kofsan, but they're going separate into turn 3. Kofsan was on the exit, and Veloxy doesn't have the DRS. Kofsan has the DRS, but Veloxy has the inside line. And into turn 4, goes a bit wide. Kofsan trying to get a switch back. On the exit, now Kofsan has caught up to Veloxy. And to turn 6. Kofsan on the inside, Veloxy trying to hang around into turn 7 around the outside, but has to give Adomens better for Veloxy, but these two are ghosted for some reason, for me, I don't know why. Veloxy going with slower into turn 9, very annoying for Veloxy, I know, but into turn 1, is Veloxy gonna try and overtake him? Getting very close, but no, not for fancying a move on the X of turn 1. The rear is open, maybe using ERS? No, but the front, Splandy has already taken Josh around the inside of turn 3, and he does. Does he have the DRS? No, Josh has the DRS. Meanwhile, at the front, now Veloxy has been pushed wide by Kofsan this time, and Veloxy has no DRS. And Rex has retained both of them. It's turn 4, and they make contact behind! Veloxy and Kofsan, they make contact! And if Rex lets go Veloxy through, and there's Jamie up into P8, but what was that between Veloxy and Kofsan? I have no clue what was that. I mean, it just randomly, Kofsan just, I mean, I guess they make contact, and there is Josh! Spun in on the X of turn 9, and he's now lost P4 and time to Splandy. It's not gonna be able to keep up with Splandy, I don't think, but more worrying for him behind. Veloxy has the DRS, and more annoying for Rex, Veloxy has the DRS, which he can't really which doesn't help him, and he has to now deal with Rex. There's all of a sudden clouds have appeared out on track. Heavy clouds out on the track. Up front, Yusuf and Axel, they have pulled the gap on Secrets. It's very important to have the DRS, because if you don't have the DRS on like faster guys, or even if they're similar pace on you, then you're not gonna be able to even like keep up with them. As we see right now, I mean, this Secret has like almost 3 seconds to Yusuf now. Yeah, it's like on the like borderline, but since Yusuf is going, I think, faster than Secret, and since Axel has a DRS, Secret can't really do anything. Secret can't really do anything. He's gonna be a sitting duck, and he's gonna have to wait for Yusuf and Secret to make contact. But now up ahead, or behind actually, Rex and Veloxy, they battle for P6. Veloxy keeps at P6, and this time Veloxy didn't force Rex wide, and Veloxy has a DRS on Rex. No. What? Yeah. Veloxy had the DRS because he was behind Rex going into the detection zone or something like that. Meanwhile, Jamie has caught up to this up front. Yeah. Rex is gonna have to try and do it again. Veloxy doesn't have the DRS on Josh, so Rex doesn't have to worry about that. Getting into turn 1, but he doesn't want to overtake him, as I would recommend. And now going to turn 3. Veloxy uses ERS, Rex as well a bit, and Rex goes around the outside. A bit of contact between those two, and Veloxy goes wide. Ooh, parks the bus. Parks the car on the exit, and now Veloxy has a DRS, but Rex trying to counter-attack with his ERS, but not having enough ERS. He has to manage that ERS now. Because Velocity has more ERS. He has about 50%, while Rex has less than 20. Jamie behind has in between. He has the ERS in between, like Velox in between like 30% or so. But Jamie has caught up to this up at very nicely. Is the similar gap? It's the similar gap from Jamie to Rex now to Rex to Velocity. So Rex has to be careful. Meanwhile, up ahead, Axel and Yusuf, they battle it out for P1. Oh, it's very close for contact and maybe even pushing wide, but Yusuf gets the DRS. He has no ERS though. Axel has so much ERS. He has about an 80% of ERS. Meanwhile, behind Velocity has been pushed wide, and he's now down in 8 behind Jamie and Rex, and he has no DRS as well. He's now a signal. Yusuf gets another 3-second time penalty. That's now 6 seconds for Yusuf, which is very not ideal. It's not ideal for Yusuf since it's lap 12 and he has 6 seconds of penalties. Like I said, quick driver, but just gets those penalties, I guess. Weaving on the straight a little bit, but you are allowed to do that. Move once and then going back into the line. That's allowed. So nothing wrong in there. Meanwhile, behind, Jamie is gonna try and overtake Rex as soon as possible. Maybe not into turn 1. Both of them a bit low on the ERSs, but Jamie with the ERS going to turn 3. A little bit heavy of ERS. Sails past Rex into turn 3. Rex tried to maybe... Jamie goes a bit wide on the into turn 3. And Rex gets a better exit. They're side by side. And Rex, since he has the DRS, gets Jamie ahead. Meanwhile, Velocity... Whoa, Velocity late... Very late on the brakes. And he hits Rex, pushing him out of the track. And now Rex is 8th. And Velocity 7th. And Jamie 6th. So somehow Jamie is in 6th, and Velocity lets go Rex through, and now Rex doesn't have the DRS behind Jamie. Rex doesn't have the DRS behind Jamie, so Jamie is now chilling up front. Meanwhile, these two again, a little bit of contact between these two, but Axel stays ahead. Yusuf has the DRS, but is very low in ERS. And it's turn 4. Yusuf sends it. Yellow flags. That's, I think, on my spot. Oh, a little bit of contact. Oh, again! And that is Axel spun by Yusuf. And Axel is now down in 4th. Behind Secret and Axel. Behind Secret and Splandy. And that's 6. And he's even 6. Maybe 7 as he spins again. Axel spins again, and he's now behind his teammates and behind Rex and Velocity. He was in P1, but now he's down in P8. Massively down, and he spins again. A disaster. A race that was going so beautifully for him is going down the stretch, and he spins again. Yeah, this is almost race over for him. Josh and Yusuf go into the pits, change off from mediums to hards, and Yusuf reaches the P5. Although he whoa, Yusuf almost lost it on the exit, and that's Axel yet again spun. Those tires are dead. Those tires are overheated more than in the volcanoes, even though that says like it's 100 Celsius. Don't look at that. Secret's front tires were overheating. Actually, he's in the hundreds. Secret went very aggressive with the tires. I mean, it's going to be very good. It's going to be decent on the tires, on the hards, because obviously the hards are a different common of time. I mean, they don't heat up as quick, and they don't heat up that much. So he's gonna be he's gonna be good with the hards, but yeah, he was losing a bit of time on those. Splandy, is he struggling with the tide? No, he's not really struggling with the tire warmings or with the tires overheating. Yusuf rejoins ahead of Secret, but Secret's almost got almost pushed off track. Or I mean, he did get pushed off track, but almost spun. Velocity has been no. Velocity, I think, went wide himself. I don't know, but Secret got a very bad exit, and well, Secret has reached very close to Yusuf now. I mean, closer, since he's like 1.5 behind, so it's decent. So it is better than like 3 seconds that was. I mean, no, actually, the gap was smaller, because then with after that contact between Yusuf and Secret, as the Secret gets held up by Velocity as Velocity was going into the pits. That's very unlucky. That's very unlucky for Secret. Nothing that really Secret and Velocity could do with that. I mean, that pit lane line is very awkward. And Secret lost a second in there. Now the gap is to 2.6, but Yusuf has at 6 seconds and could be getting a 5 or 10 seconds. And depends what the FI will determine the penalty will be. He could be getting a 5 or 10 with that, so it's gonna be like 11 or 16 seconds of penalties for Yusuf. So at the moment, nothing to really worry about for Secret. Just keeping in that DRS in the penalties. Splandy into the pits. Well, Splandy not looking great with the fuel. 0.1. Jamie, yeah, he is good with fuel. Yusuf 0.9, so he's good with fuel. Secrets, yeah, decent. Josh, yeah, definitely. Brax, good. Gosvan, not the best. In the minuses. Minus 2.6, 0.6, sorry. Relaxing pluses, almost, if we can see correctly, plus 0.5. Noise is nice, so we don't care. Yeah, Chucks, Relax, the Axel could be a bit trouble with the fuel. Alright, I mean, she has enough. Splandy rejoins ahead of Secret. Chucks gets a distance up penalty, but Secret is gonna try and dive bomb down inside of Splandy into turn 4, and he just makes it. I thought that he's gonna overshoot the corner, but he just makes it, and Splandy couldn't do a switchback neither. So an amazing move from Secret. It keeps him in P3. Jamie in P1. Only 2.6 seconds out of Yusuf at the moment. So with that, I mean, his gap to at the moment he would be behind Rex, so P7. He would rejoin P7. Actually, with the fastest lap, 1 minute 7.355. That's quickest of them all by far. I mean, that is 7/10 faster than Yusuf's time, which is 1 minute 8.052. Velocity improved his personal best to 1 minute 8 as well. But to everyone, that is for Secret, Splandy, Josh, they shouldn't really fight that much, as Axel spins again at the exit of turn 9 this time, and he's now down and last behind Zara, and he's gone from first down to last in just few laps. Yeah, there's no rear in the car. There's absolutely no rear in the car. I mean, the car is undrivable. Yeah, that's a very disappointing race for Axel. I mean, he can't really do anything with that. That he got taken out by Yusuf. Nothing that honestly really he can do, not his fault. Splendido overtakes Secret into just before turn 3, and Secret sends it on Splendy once again, and he keeps it on the track, and he got the DRS as well for this little straight. So he now stays in P3, but still, I'm saying they shouldn't battle, because this just increases that gap. Yeah, that was just lag, so nothing really to worry about with Yusuf. That was just lag. These two shouldn't really fight, because, well, Yusuf is 6 seconds. He has 6 seconds of penalties, but if he gets like 11 seconds ahead, just because these two battle, and somehow Yusuf gets only 5 seconds, then Yusuf is gonna win this somehow. Chucks has overtaken Ormas Mad, although Ormas Mad tries to re-overtake him, and they make contact, and Ormas Mad spins in turn 6, and he spins again. Meanwhile up front, Splendy, these two again, and they make contact. Splendy closing the door on Secret. Yusuf gets another 3-second time penalty. This is 9 seconds. So that's 14 or 19 seconds for Yusuf now, because of the penalty that he's gonna get with collision with Axel. And Ormas Mad goes into the pits to change off from these hards, and he gets a further 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Where's that thing there? And Yusuf is now Ormas Mad is officially now lost and first right to be lapped. Axel gets a 3-second time penalty. I mean, it doesn't really matter for him, does it? He has 3 seconds, 6 seconds already. Ormas Mad behind. He's like 12 seconds behind. Noise, I mean, he's AI, and Zara, I mean, she is a bit slow, not line. Yusuf overtakes Jamie. So that is Yusuf up into P1, and Jamie down in P2, struggling with his hearts, but trying to hold on his sides and get to those mediums to be as best as possible, basically, so that he can push till the end. But with the gaps, he could be behind. No, he's still going to be behind Rex. He's still going to be behind Rex, and he goes in this lap. He's still going to be behind Rex, so and out of Copsan, so he will be P7. Zara overtakes Noise into turn 1. Yeah, Jamie in the pits, so he loses places to Splendy and both Red Bulls. He will lose as well for Rex. Even though if Jamie would have come out ahead, he's still gonna be he's still gonna be struggling with those cold tires. It's gonna be very, very close. It's gonna be very close, but yeah, Rex with the better tires at the moment, and with the better exit, and with the more heated up tires, goes up to P5. But after this one lap, or maybe even half a lap, Jamie is going to be at the back of Rex, and going to be trying to overtake into turn 3 once again. The leader. Yeah, at the moment, it looks like a Mercedes 1 and 3 because of Yusuf's 9 seconds. With those 5 or 10 seconds, I'm gonna be adding them later on. I'm gonna be adding them later on. I'm not gonna add them now. But Yusuf is not catching up to Noise and Zara. Maybe getting a DRS on the exit of turn 4. No, that's too far back. That's way too far back. So he's not gonna be getting the DRS, I don't think. Actually, I will check. No, he doesn't get the DRS. And now he's gonna overtake Noise and Zara in this second sector. in the second and third sector parts as Jamie overtakes Rex easily into turn 2. And into turn 3 he's easily ahead. Although, could Rex fancy... No, he's not gonna really fancy... Uses the DRS. Maybe trying to hold on to Jamie's DRS as long as possible. Could be. We will see. Yusuf actually is gonna get the DRS from Zara. On this low straight. Zara pulls off to the right. And she is gonna lose as well a position to the AI. But Yusuf got the DRS on this little straight, gaining a 10th about. But what doesn't make easier for him. Jamie with the new false lap 1 minute 6.776 779. What doesn't make for Yusuf easier is that Jamie is catching up and he's carrying Secret behind him. Secret he's very low in ERS. Splandy as well, very low in ERS. So, and this second sector, I mean, you can't really gain much. So, Secret would have to make a huge mistake to be out of the DRS. I mean, yeah, Secret is just not budging from that DRS. He's staying there, and it's not making life easier for Yusuf. Yeah, Vlog 3, so somewhat close to Kosvan. We have seen these two already fight for P6, but now they'll be fighting for P7. Kosvan has way more ERS than Velocity. So into turn 10, it's important for Velocity to be as close as possible to Kosvan, and he's going to be trying to overtake or compromise Kosvan's entry and exit into turn 1, and he does that beautifully. He gets the switchback done, although he doesn't get that done because Kosvan just tries to pull. He's going to be trying to stay there, and Velocity into turn 1 pushes Velocity off track. Velocity doesn't get the DRS. Kosvan does get the DRS, but Velocity is faster than Kosvan, as it looked like, and Velocity up into P7. And now 12 seconds behind Rex. He's gonna have to catch up to that, but he's not gonna be able to catch up because I mean, there's 9 laps to go, but it's gonna be very unlikely that Velocity is gonna catch up that. And he's trying to pull away from Kosvan's DRS. The DRS detection is on the exit turn 9, and Kosvan just gets it. Gets it, so he's gonna have the DRS on this straight. Although uses Velocity uses ERS, and Kosvan, is he gonna get? No, he's not gonna. He's not. He doesn't have the DRS on Velocity, but for Kosvan at the moment, it's very important to save fuel. Because he's minus 0.4 laps of fuel. It's very important to him to save fuel because he's not able to make it at the moment on the end of the race. Secret has fallen behind Splandy's DRS, so although he's just there, but it's gonna be close. The DRS detection was there, and Secret gets the DRS, just gets the DRS. So he can gain a 10th or 1.5, or maybe even 2 tenths on the straight, and he's going to get the DRS as well on the exit of turn 3 and going to turn 4. Yusuf at the moment in the lead comfortably, not really comfortably though as much, since he has a 3-second time penalty. Chalk's in the pits. Bit of an odd strategy from the McLaren. Pitting for the mediums. No, for the softs. So he is going for the fastest lap. I don't know why that appeared though, since, well, I don't know, but that Zara spun on the exit of turn 7 and lets through the Alpine of Rex, although that wasn't really a nice let through, but anyways, Zara going into the pits, somewhat slowly, but anyways, and he gets a 5-second time penalty even though she went so slow. I mean, come on. No, I know. And she retires in the pits. So Almost Matt still stays last. Veloxy a 3-second time penalty. That could cost him P7, sorry. Meanwhile, what's going on with Axel? I mean, there is 3 drivers like... Wait, so there was Yusuf lapping Axel and Chox. Yusuf got the DRS? No, he didn't. He did not get the DRS. And Chox overtakes Axel very easily into turn 1. And Chox could be having a go on Yusuf. Obviously ghosts it. This is gonna be a plus and minus for Yusuf, because he's gonna get the DRS on this straight. He's gonna get the DRS on this straight, but there's all minus because he got the distracted going into turn 4, and he's now gonna get distracted by Axel going to turn 4. Previously that was turn 3, my mistake. Yeah, Axel is just not budging from there. He's just having none of it. He wants to he has a bit of a redemption or revenge sort of thingy going on with Yusuf, trying to basically distract his race as much as possible. And well, I think he does a pretty nice job, but as well he gives him the DRS, which actually helps him a bit, since he can pull away. Secret didn't get the DRS on Splandy. Axel gets another 3-second time penalty. This thing what Chox and Axel are doing, I don't think Chox is doing it on purpose, but I think Axel is doing, because, well, obviously the contact between Yusuf and Axel, maybe that could be the thing. But this isn't really distracting him. I mean, it is distracting him going into the corners and all that. But I mean, he's gaining and increasing that gap on Splandy. I mean, the gap is now 6 seconds, because he's getting that DRS on all of these DRS detection zones. So actually, they're helping him. Axel is actually helping him. He's actually helping him, even though he probably wants to distract him. I mean, he's actually doing the wrong job. He should have just he should have been behind him all the time. Yusuf uses DRS, and is he gonna get the DRS here? No, he could have gotten. Was Axel ahead? No, Yusuf was ahead. So Yusuf got the DRS once again. Going to turn 4. Axel's still there, still inside him. That sounds very weird, but that's it. You see literally that Axel is inside of Yusuf. I know that sounds very weird, but unfortunately that is the truth. They're literally going inside of each other. Yusuf gets another 3-second time penalty. That's 12 seconds. That's 12 seconds for Yusuf. Which that could put him even... Wait, does that put him... Well, on track, that would put him behind Secret. I mean, with that even 9 seconds, he would have been behind Secret. But with that, Secret is now even more safe than ever. And even probably Yusuf is going to get that a penalty, some sort of, for the collision between himself and Axel. So maybe even Josh could be getting a podium actually, and Yusuf maybe dropping into to P5, since Jamie is right up on Josh. He didn't really use the DRS though, and so actually Yusuf could be even dropping to P5 at this rate. Maybe even... Nah, if he would have gotten 10 seconds, then... If... That's almost mad. If Yusuf would get 10 seconds, then there would be 12 seconds, so... there would be 12 already from the penalty, so he would be behind Secret. And then 10, so he would be behind Jamie, so that would be P5, so Rex would still need to catch... like 3 seconds. But... Yusuf is still stuck with these three. But the gap between Yusuf and Splendy isn't really increasing, but the gap between the Splendy and Secret is increasing. The gap is now to what has stayed since I since I checked, which was recently. It's actually a bit going down maybe. Almost mad into the pits, and as well Veloxry in the pits. I think he realizes that he can't get away from Kovsan, so he's trying to get the fastest lap, which or check in the moment. So that's 16.779, and that is Chucks, who has spun in zone 6. Axel still giving Yusuf the DRS. Yeah, Axel's still giving the DRS to Yusuf, and even distracting him even more. Yusuf gets another DRS on this straight, going to turn 3. But Splendy has caught up massively on Yusuf, since the gap is now 5.6, which previously, last time I checked, it was 6 seconds. But Splendy knows that Yusuf has 12 seconds, so doesn't really matter. And as well for Secret, it doesn't really matter as well that much if the gap increases by a second at the moment. Like right now, if the gap would just all of a sudden increase by a second because Yusuf has 12 seconds, and possibly 5 seconds, maybe 10. That's like the... Has anybody counted how many times have I said that on Yusuf's penalty for the collision with Axel? I can't remember. Yusuf starts the final lap of this Austrian race here in Austria, Spielberg. Nothing really happening. Jamie is very close to Josh. He's been very close to Josh for many laps. Still trying to find a way to overtake him. On this lap he could be trying to overtake him. Not into turn 1, but into turn 4. Does he use ERS? Yes he does, but Josh as well uses ERS. Jamie actually doesn't. Well, now he uses ERS. And into turn 3, does he dive down inside? Yes he does. The DRS detection was there on that white line, and who got it? Who got the DRS? Or were there... Josh does get the DRS. That's a very not good to this. That's not good for Jamie. As they go into turn 5, Jamie around the outside trying to stick there. He's still there. Veloxy gets the fastest lap, and Josh gets ahead of. But that's so close. But for the leader, Yusuf, he gets the win on track. But here comes the other Mercedes, and Splendy wins in Austria. Here in Spielberg, Secret gets the P2, and Josh manages to hold off Jamie, and he provisionally gets P4, and Jamie gets the P5. Rex P6, Cosvan P7, Veloxry P8, Axel P9. Actually, with the penalty, well, what? What the hell was that? Cosvan finishes in 7th. Veloxy finishes in 8th. I went to Accent P9, got Jackson P10. Let me just check the penalties. I can't see them. But on Mass Battle rounds off the final corner and he crosses the line and he finishes in P12 last. And this was a more interesting race than Monaco, definitely. Very interesting race from what you guys produced to commentate on. I didn't have to search for people to try and find someone to talk to since it was boring, but luckily I didn't have to do that. So it is a Yusuf on top step of the podium, but it is Splandy, so it's another Mercedes on the top step of the podium. Secret in P2, Yusuf finishing P3, on track P1, but with the 12 seconds of penalties he gets P3. Provisionally P3, since we'll see how much he gets from that collision between himself and Axel. Does he get 5 seconds? Because if he gets a 5 second, then he stays in P3, but if he gets a 10 second, then he goes behind Josh and Jamie. But Josh P4, Jamie P5, Rex P6, very good race from him as well. Costan P7, very good from him as well. Veloxy P8, Axel P9, Chuck Spams P10, getting up points on his like second debut, you could say, or on a return for two RVRL. Noise, he was AI the whole race, so it doesn't really count on him. Ormas Matt 12th and Zara the only DNF, but no one crashed out, so she retired in the pits. Yeah, very interesting race. Very interesting for the battle for the lead between Yusuf and Axel. But before Yusuf and Axel decided to have a go, like what happened with many times with Mercs and Red Bulls there, but just it was Merc who crashed out another driver, but it was a Ferrari, but it was this time on a Ferrari, so yeah, a bit different, but still it was similar. But yeah, drivers today, I didn't even know drivers. I mean, there wasn't really any that impressive drives. I mean, Yusuf led most of the race, but he got the penalties. He finished in P3. Axel had a great drive before he got spun rounds. Cosfan as well. I mean, he started 10th and finished 7th. Quite a quiet race. Half of the race. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Cosfan, maybe Splandy who gets a drive today from me. Didn't Splandy start? Yes, didn't Splandy start at like 3rd and then finish 1st? I don't know. It could be as well Yusuf, because, well, even though he made contact with Axel and got that 12-second time penalties, still a very good drive from him. Still a very good drive. He kept it cool for most of the race, besides the contact. And, well, yeah, either one of those three. But yeah, next race is Great Britain, UK, Silverstone, the country where there are people getting stabbed every single day, and having some crisis at the moment. Yeah, and there's a sprint race as well there, so, and with that race result, at the moment Josh 4th and Jamie 5th, so Splendid gains even more points on Jamie and Josh. Josh extends the lead on Jamie, but Splendid catches up to the pack, to the championship leaders. Mercedes extend their lead again, and Red Bull extend their lead on Ferrari. Drown in the race. Jamie just being consistent but not fast enough. Jamie is consistent, but he needs to up his pace a bit, in my opinion. But anyways, it's like this. Yeah, next race, Great Britain. Nothing really to add. Nothing really to add. Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, I don't remember on what lap was that comment made by Liam. Probably when Splendid and Secret were fighting. I mean, at that point it didn't even matter. I mean, or at the other race, it didn't even matter if Splendid and Secret would be fighting, because there could have been a risk that they would have made contact and Splendid would get spun, and with Secret not losing that much time and all of that, all the things, it could have been even worse. But anyways, yeah, next race, next week, Great Britain, Silverstone, and a sprint race. So see you guys.